Hi, my name is Anna and welcome back to my channel. Don't mind this little hair. This is doing a weird thing today. Also, my daughter is laying here. Hopefully she'll be calm for this. I don't know. We'll see. I just wanted to sit down and do like a little chat just about a few things. There's just a few different things that I wanted to talk about. And one of them is about August. So in the month of August, I will not be uploading videos. If I do, it will probably be one toward the end of the month. But as of right now, I don't have any plans to upload for the month of August. I wanted to take a little bit of a break, and August felt like a good month to do that because I didn't have anything really exciting planned. It was just kind of my usual videos for the month of August. August wasn't going to be super exciting anyway. It was just kind of going to be my usual videos that I upload. September, I have more exciting stuff planned. So I figured August would be a good month to take a little break. And the reason that I wanted to do this, there's a couple things. The main reason is that I have a few other things that I wanted to focus on for the month of August. And it's not at all that I feel burnt out, that I'm not wanting to read or anything like that. That is not the case. But I do have a whole variety of other hobbies that I like to do. And I have been kind of, I don't know, pushing those to the side in order to read more so that I have more content. And I don't think that that's bad. I think that kind of honing in on one hobby has been really good for me this year. And I'm glad that I've been doing that. But I am really missing some of the. Ma'am, here, what about Bok Bok? Bok Bok. Yeah, we love our chicken. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I have a whole variety of other hobbies that I enjoy doing, and I'm just kind of missing spending more time on those. And I thought just setting aside a month where I could focus on some of those other things before coming back to just mostly reading felt like a good idea just mid-year. To give you an idea, some of those hobbies include knitting. I love to knit. I have a top that I am currently working on that I've been working on forever. I just haven't been doing it this year because I've been spending a lot of my free time reading. So I would like to do a little bit more work on that. And I also have a sweater that I am currently trying to knit. I would love to get a little bit more of that done before the fall. I tend to lean toward certain knitting projects depending on the season. So I know that I'm going to be wanting to work on that sweater more once it gets cooler. I'd like to make some progress on those things right now. If you haven't seen it, or maybe you didn't notice, I have a top that I've knit that I've worn in other videos. And yeah, I love to knit, and I just haven't really been doing much of that this year. So I'd like to do a little bit more of that. I'm also like a planner journal girly, and so I have a couple like Sterling ink planners. One of them I use is like a memory keeper, and the other one I'm kind of trying to set one up for the next year for 2027. I don't know, I've just been really enjoying getting back into that because all last year I was doing like the memory keeping and stuff every morning. And this year I wasn't really doing that, mostly because I was still kind of recovering, like postpartum. I was just recovering and trying to get back onto a schedule for myself. And now I feel like I've kind of done that, and I have been back in my like memory keeper journal planner thing for the month of July, and I've been loving it so much. So I have been actually waking up in the mornings and doing that alongside of my Bible study, and that has been really nice getting back into that. Another thing that I've been working on is, thanks to reading sprints, I discovered that diamond art is a thing, and so I have been doing some diamond art in the evenings after the kids are in bed. I make myself like a little hot chocolate, and I sit there and watch like some YouTube videos and just have my little diamond art, and I'm doing that before bed, and that has been amazing. And I keep switching off between that and reading because I'm in a really good part of my book right now, actually. But those are some of the things that I've just been doing or kind of setting aside a lot of this year because I've been focusing on reading so much. And again, through the month of August, I'm still going to be reading because I love reading so much. I'm just not really wanting to put all of my focus on reading for the month of August. And because of that, I'm not really going to even be choosing a TBR. I'm just going to be reading a couple of books that I already have going, and that's it. So it's not going to be like the most exciting reading month anyway. Not only that, I am going to start a new hobby, or attempt a new hobby, I should say. I am wanting to learn to sew, and I found this really adorable pattern for like a zipper pouch, and I'm going to attempt to make this zipper pouch. I already bought some like fabric and stuff for it. Earlier this year, I bought a sewing machine because I have had this intention for a while. I just haven't done it. But yes, I bought a sewing machine for like $30 that is still in amazing condition. The previous owner took great care of it. And yeah, bought it for $30 at a yard sale. It's just kind of been sitting in the box. I finally took it out and I am learning how to set it up and use it. And I bought some fabric, all the things that I need to make this zipper pouch, and I'm very excited. And the zipper pouch is actually going to hold some of my planner supplies and things like my stickers and stuff. Those are some things, but there's more. Alongside just enjoying some of my other things. This sounds like I have a lot of time on my hands. I don't. This is just going to kind of replace some of my extra reading time that I would do. I'm going to be doing some of this stuff, and it's probably not going to be a whole lot, but hopefully throughout the month I can actually work on all of these things. But anyways, I have really been enjoying learning more about videography as I started this channel, and I want to do more reading vlogs, but I have this like idea in my head of what I want them to be like. I don't know if I can actually make that happen, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to use the month of August, instead of making my usual like sit down videos, I'm going to be trying to see if I can create reading vlogs or learn how to put together vlogs in the way that I want to. And maybe this is not going to work at all, but maybe it will, and I will come back and have some great vlogs that I can start making. But I need like time set aside where I can actually do that and like work on those things and get like the shots that I want and figure out how to capture what I'm trying to capture. Like I have the ideas, I have to find the time to actually explore this a little bit more. And I think not making other videos and just maybe focusing on learning how to capture footage for reading vlogs will be better, because once I learn how to capture what I want to capture, I'll be able to start doing that when I'm filming. It's just been kind of hard to learn how to do that when I'm actually like creating a vlog and having like a time frame that I need to be finished by, if that makes sense. I can't really get too creative with it, because if it doesn't work, then I can't really use that footage. Yeah, I just want this month to be a month where I can just kind of explore some of that and not have any pressure about I need to post this. It can just be something that I'm experimenting with and trying to figure out if it's something that will even work. And maybe I won't even be able to get my ideas from my head onto like video, but this I figured was a good opportunity to try. That's my plan for that. No burnout here. I actually want to do more. I just want to be more creative with it, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that and what that's going to look like. So those are some things. It will also give me time to learn more about the editing program that I'm using. You know, I've just been winging it, and I've been YouTubing things and Googling things when I don't know how to do something and I know what I want to do, but I can't figure out how to do it. So maybe this month I can get some of some of that like really cool stuff down. No idea if it's going to work out, but I'm gonna give it a shot. That's what's happening in the month of August. I won't be uploading as far as I have planned. I won't be uploading in August, but it's not like if I really want to upload something, if I really want to make a video, I can't make a video. That's not at all what I'm saying. Because if there's a weekend that I'm like, I want to film something and I want to put it up, then I'll do that. But I have no plans to actually film and upload. So that's that. And then I just wanted to talk a little bit too about reading and the collecting of books. This conversation has been going on for a while on YouTube, and I feel like it's more recently coming back up, and especially around the Christian Booktube community. I know that Victoria had posted a video that a lot of people have either resonated with or kind of like made their own videos talking about something similar, and I love that happened. I think that's great that started such a big conversation. This is something that I have actually been thinking about for a while, even before anybody was really sharing anything about it. I had been kind of thinking about, do I want to continue like collecting books pretty much, just like buying books and having so many unread books sitting on my TBR. And I talked about this a little bit in my last video. I have been feeling like, I'm not going to say it's a conviction, it's more just something for myself. I want to have no books left on my TBR. I love the idea of being able to buy a book and then read it and then go on to another book. Maybe I go to the library and I pick out a book or two, bring them home, read them, and return them. I just love the idea of not having a whole bunch of books that are sitting on my TBR. And I think part of the reason for that is that I sometimes feel overwhelmed by it. I start to feel bad that I've bought books and I just am not reading them. I just keep buying more, and then I'm never getting to these ones that have been, on my shelf for years. I was really inspired by the day that I walked into the library and returned a whole stack of books that I didn't even read. I had just checked them out just for fun with the hope that I would get to them, and I didn't. And I returned this whole stack, picked up one single book that I just happened to see on the shelf, and I left with it. And for some reason, that was very inspiring to me. And I really love the idea of having no books left on my TBR. So TBR Zero is my new goal just for myself. I am actually like really excited to achieve that. The other part of the conversation that has been going around is revolving around overconsumption, or just having like a whole ton of books, just collecting a ton of books. And that was the thing that I had kind of been praying about, because I wasn't sure how I necessarily felt about it. I wasn't sure if I felt okay about having a whole giant bookshelf full of books and running out of space and needing more space to just store books that I've read that I may or may not ever read again. I have come to the conclusion that I feel okay about collecting books. My books are not idols. I feel like if God ever asked me to get rid of all of my books, I could just get rid of them, and I'd feel okay about that. I do like to have them. I like to collect them. I do only keep the books that I've really enjoyed, books that I would recommend to other people. I feel okay about keeping the books that I've read, that I've liked, that I would recommend, even if I'm never going to read them again. And part of that is my husband and I actually both have talked about having like a home library. The house that we're in, we're renting. So hopefully one day when we buy a house, the goal is to have like a home library slash like hobby room for both of us. In order to do that, I gotta have books to have on those shelves, to have a little home library. And I love being surrounded by books. I love walking into a bookstore, just being surrounded by books. And when I was growing up, my mom always had books everywhere. We had a bookshelf of books. I had books in my room. We had them like stored in different parts of the house, in like cabinets or closets or whatever. And we just always had books. And I loved that because as a kid, I I don't know why I was like this, but I would always reach for books that were like more advanced than like the level that I was actually at. I loved like pushing myself to learn to read above my reading level, I guess. And I couldn't have done that if my mom didn't have books everywhere. I read so much as a kid because I had books to read. They were everywhere. And I want that for my kids too. I want them growing up around books, and I want to have books in our house. Not only that, but like if somebody were to come over and want to borrow something, I want to have something to suggest to them. I want to have books that I can be like, go shop my bookshelves if you'd like. And I do this now. It's not super often, but I do lend out books. My mom is a reader, and so I've lent multiple books out to her. I've lent books out to friends. I love having shelves and shelves of books that I can do that with, even if it's not very often. Yeah, I really look forward to having like a cozy like library room in my home. Because of that, I will continue collecting books, and just I don't know, the hope is to always have books around. Bookstores and libraries and stuff like that are just so cozy because there's just books everywhere, and I want that for my home. I think the biggest thing is when I was able to answer that question, if God asked me to get rid of all of these, could I get rid of them? My answer is yes. I'm definitely not somebody who like hoards things. My husband actually gets mad at me because I tend to like throw everything away because I don't like clutter, but apparently books don't count for that. I guess I can have books everywhere and feel good about it. That's just kind of my thoughts around that, and I just kind of wanted to share my own viewpoint. If this ever changed in the future, then that's okay. If I decide, maybe I don't want a home library, I would probably just start getting rid of a lot of the books that I have, I guess. But right now I feel fine about it. I mostly keep 4 and 5 stars. I'll occasionally keep like a 3-star if it's just something good that I can see myself recommending to somebody else, and maybe somebody else would like it. I think I feel pretty content about that. Of course, it's something that I will always continue to pray about. I will continue to pray that I'm holding all of these things with open hands. What is happening? Hi. Anyways, I think my daughter is needing a nap. It doesn't seem that way, but okay, anyway, chaos is starting to ensue, so I should go. I will be back in September. Maybe you'll see me in August. I will definitely still be watching videos in August and commenting on things and like hanging out around the book community. So I will be there. Oh, one last thing. I have had a number of moments where I have needed a way to talk to different people around the community in like a private message, but obviously YouTube doesn't have that unless you have somebody's phone number. Yeah, I can't just like send somebody a private message, and that's been something that I've kind of needed to do a few times. Obviously, I want to interact with people, just like friends that I've made here, not always in the comments. Like I want to also be able to talk to people privately. I don't currently have my Instagram up. I disabled it over a year ago, and it's honestly been really nice not having Instagram, and I don't really want to go back to that, but I don't really know what else to do. The other thing that I thought about was creating an email specifically for social. I don't want to be giving out my personal email in the comments because that seems not the best idea. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think is the best way to do that, or if you guys have any ideas, the best way to like chat with people around the community, if all I have right now really is YouTube. I'm leaning toward just making a separate email account specifically for social. I'm not really sure what to do with that, and I know that there's like this whole thing where if you put your email on YouTube, it tends to attract like bots or like scammers or something. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out what the best method is for just privately chatting with people on here. Maybe I will restart my Instagram just specifically for chatting, I guess, privately. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for that, and I'll be thinking about that. Hopefully I can come up with some sort of solution for that by September. My daughter's getting a little restless, so I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, probably in September. Bye.